Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we have a chance to take a look at another Mattel figure, and it is one of the brand new Attack Pack figures. This is the brand new Dimorphodon. You can see now that it has a reddish type of a paint scheme, and honestly from the outside of the package here, it looks like it could quite possibly become my favorite Mattel Dimorphodon. It really looks that beautiful, so I cannot wait to get this open and take a look at it. As you can see on the front, you've got the Owen, Rex, and Triceratops, and of course it says Dino Rivals and Dimorphodon. And then on the back, you've got an image of all the current Attack Pack figures out with this wave, which would be the Herrerasaurus, the Mononychus, Echo, the Velociraptor, the Coelurus, and this Dimorphodon. So let's go ahead, break it out of the box, and take a look at it. So first of all, here is the card with some very cool artwork of the Dimorphodon itself, along with the stats that we usually get from the Mattel line, and then Dino Rivals Jurassic World on the back. I feel so happy reviewing these and taking a look at the card and everything. It feels like it's been forever since I had some Mattel figures to review, even though I did just review the basic Proceratosaurus a few days ago. But regardless, I am so super excited for some new Mattel to be currently hitting my channel, and with how many we had for quite a while there, it feels like there's a huge void in my channel when it comes to not having any Mattel figures at all. So here is the Dimorphodon, and it definitely looks very cool. I can say quite honestly that I am really quite digging this appearance to it, although out of the package it actually doesn't really look like it's a reddish color at all. Now it's more like a chocolate brown, so I think the package kind of threw me for a loop and confused me. I guess the only way to really tell exactly what it looks like is to get a closer look, so let's do that now. So we have reviewed this figure already quite a few times, as this has been released numerous times as far as the sculpt goes, so we're really only going to focus on what's new with the figure. If you want to see a more detailed review of the actual sculpt, I will include a link in the description for you to see the older review that I had done, I believe, of quite a few of the Dimorphodon from Mattel. So with this one, as far as the head goes, we've got like this darkish brown, like a burnt umber brown, or almost a blackish color that starts right here in the snout area and runs along the eye socket and then down into the neck. I do actually really quite like that, and I think it helps to give it a very nice appearance. Otherwise, the head is like this chocolate brown, and it does look really nice. I think I would have preferred it actually being the reddish color that I thought it was, but I do really quite like this brown regardless. If we take a look at the eye on this side looks beautiful. It is painted really nice. You can see it shine and glisten there, although that dark coloration on the head kind of has a very glossy appearance to it all over. Mattel does do this from time to time with some of their figures. I'm not sure why, although I don't really mind it on this figure. I think it looks pretty good. The eye on this side also looks perfect, honestly, or at least very close to perfect, so that is super exciting that the eyes are really nice on this figure, as we know that in the past Mattel has had a few issues with their quality control and the eye placement of their figures, but we don't see that here on this one, at least not with my figure. The teeth are like an off-white and definitely look really nice. There's not any sloppiness really. I mean, maybe very slight, but for the most part the teeth look pretty good. You can see a little sloppiness here. The paint is run up onto the upper jaw just a tad. The inside of the mouth is a very nice pinkish coloration. You can see the tongue in there. It overall looks pretty realistic as far as the colors they've chosen for the inside of the mouth, and there's some nicely sculpted detail in there, along with a beautiful gloss that again helps to make it glisten and shine very realistically. You can see they have not included that pinkish coloration on the upper side of the mouth, but that's okay. It's a pretty small mouth, you don't see too much in there. As we start to run along the back, you can see that dark brown, or like a dark black kind of, it looks more like a burnt umber brown, runs up here onto the back, and you can see it really nicely all over. You can see that the body is slightly different as far as the shade of brown used than you see on the wings, just ever so slightly. You do see that quite often when it comes to Mattel figures. As far as the upper side of the wings, there's really not much of anything going on as far as coloration goes, aside from some splotches, as Mattel does include that kind of speckled appearance with a darker coloration for almost all of their figures, and you can see that here, so it does help to give it some color variation when there otherwise isn't really much going on the upper side. On the underside, however, you can see that it's been hit with this kind of like a whitish coloration, and throughout it's really nicely applied. I love that you can kind of see the brownish coloration through the white. It helps to give it a very realistic look, and I love the way that that's been applied. It's got kind of a very cool splotchy design here on the underside, and it does look really nice, so I'm actually a huge fan of the way that this looks on the underside of the wing. And there is the Jurassic Facts app if you want to add this to your collection. Otherwise, there's really nothing else going on as far as paint. You can see that the nails aren't painted like usual when it comes to most Mattel figures, but regardless, I still think it looks honestly really nice. And as I said at the beginning of the review, I think this is probably my favorite Dimorphodon that I can think of currently from Mattel. Even though we have measured this before, regardless, we will still get a measurement of the wingspan in case you are unfamiliar with this figure. You can see that it is about 8¼ inches, or about 21 centimeters as far as the wingspan goes. If we go for a length of the body with the tail having that curl in it, you're looking at about 5 inches, or around 13 centimeters. And for a height, there's really not too much going on. You got about 1.5 inches probably, or around 3.5 centimeters for the head, and for the highest point of the wing, about 2 inches or 5 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, and next to the Dimorphodon, you can see that he really quite towers over him. As the Attack Pack figures are fairly small, they always are. They're all right around in the same size range, but honestly, they are a beautiful size range. For the Attack Pack figures, I think that they are perfect without question. So as far as the brand new 2019 Wave 635,000 Dimorphodon goes for the Dino Rivals Jurassic World line from Mattel, boy, that was a lot to say. It is really quite the nice figure, although it's nothing crazy, nothing special, nothing brand new and groundbreaking. It's just the same Dimorphodon sculpt that we've had numerous times now, repackaged and repainted. A lot of people don't like the fact that we've had so many repaints, but we've kind of always had this same similar deal going on with pretty much every Jurassic World line when it comes to getting figures repainted and redone, although Mattel has definitely done it quite a bit more, I think, than any other company has done in the past when it comes to Hasbro or Kenner or anything like that. But I personally really do like the fact that they release so many repaints. I do love seeing new sculpts, and we'll have a lot of that going on for the 2020 year. But as far as us receiving so many different variations of the same figure, I personally really quite love it because it gives you so much variation when it comes to your collection, and so much as far as different looking figures of the same species. It really can help to create a very cool pack or herd or anything like that when it comes to dinosaurs, or even a flock of pterosaurs when it comes to the Dimorphodon or the Pteranodon. It's really awesome to have so many different variations of each figure. That's my personal opinion. Most don't really agree, but that's just the way it is, I guess. I do really quite like it, and I definitely like this paint scheme on it. It's probably my favorite of the Mattel figures so far when it comes to the Dimorphodon, but I can't really say that for sure, as it's been a while since I reviewed the other ones. They're a little foggy in my head, and I can't really recall exactly what they all look like, but this one is really beautiful, and I definitely dig this new color scheme that they've come out with. So if you do want to buy this, I will include a link in the description to Amazon.com where I bought mine. It took about forever for them to finally ship it to me, but it did eventually ship, and I'm really excited about that, as Amazon has really been screwing around with me and my Jurassic World figures for quite a while now. So it is fun to actually get a few in the mail every once in a while. So again, check the description. Hopefully you'll actually be able to acquire one of these from Amazon. Otherwise, keep searching your local Targets, as that's where they seem to be appearing the most. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified of any future videos, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.